Hey guys, welcome to our new video podcast series, The Frog Pod by Costa Rican Vacations. I'm Adam Baker, and every week I'm going to chat to some of my friends and industry experts about everything Costa Rica related. So whether you're looking for top tips or even vacation advice, follow along to stay in touch with us. So, my guests today, my good friends mollystevens and Justin DeBoom. Guys, thanks for coming in, taking the time to chat with me. I know you're incredibly busy travel consultants. Tell me briefly and everybody else about yourselves, Molly.
Okay. I've lived in Costa Rica for about 7 years. My husband is Tico. My daughter is Gringo Tica.
Tinga.
Tinga. Oh, Tinga. Yeah. I have 2 dogs.
Nice.
And I've worked at Costa Rican Vacations for 5.5 years.
Lots of experience.
Lots of experience.
And you've just become a mum, let's be honest. That's
Yes.
awesome.
That's
Congratulations.
New. Yes.
Very nice. Justin?
Me, I'm Justin. And let's see, first trip down 14 years ago, living here full time 10 years. I'm now actually a Costa Rican citizen.
Ooh.
Dual
Nice.
citizenship. Yeah.
Very good.
Married 8 years. My wife is Costa Rican. We live over in Jaco. And, just living the Puerto
Awesome.
Vida at the beach.
Well, guys, based on the title of this first episode, let's get straight into it. It's going to be humorous. We're going to discuss our experience. As you guys knew, I was in sales years ago, and I think some of the questions people ask us are
Never change.
crazy. They never change. Some of them are crazy. Some of them are a bit ridiculous. Some of them are incredibly common. Let's start with the big one. Let's go straight into the island. We live on an island, right?
Yes.
I think this actually came up on the Fox News network as well a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah, they can't even get it right.
Right, yeah.
It's a big deal, right? I remember 10 years ago, people are contacting, so how do I get to the island? How common is this?
I want to see both sides of the island.
Yeah.
Both sides of the island.
Because
Okay.
the volcano's on one side and the beach is on one side.
Well, the Caribbean side of the island is my favorite.
That's
Now, if
true.
it's an island,
So-
how is it on the Caribbean versus the other Caribbean?
So really, Costa Rica is just, that's it. You have one beach and a volcano.
Yes.
Yeah,
and they're,
that's
and they're
it.
really, really
That's it.
close.
And
to each other.
it's important to point out this is a common misconception,
Yep.
right?
Yes.
This is everybody asks this, and I guess people are mixing this up with Puerto Rico, San Juan.
I think they think of Costa Rica as being more in the Caribbean.
It's
than
a
in Central
tropical
America.
destination. I
Yeah.
think you just think tropics like Fiji or Hawaii
Yeah.
or Puerto Rico or Dominican. So
Bahamas.
I think it's just
Yeah.
a misconception. But
So where exactly are we?
we're in Central America.
you had to think about that.
I-
I was like, how long have I been here? Okay, that's what
I'm an expert. I'm an expert. Don't worry,
Yes.
I got this.
Yeah.
We are north of Panama,
Yeah.
south of Nicaragua.
That's how I explain it.
Spot on.
When somebody says, well, I want to see both sides of the island. I was like, well, you have the northern region of the country that borders Nicaragua and the southern region of the country
It's a,
that
it's a
borders
nice way, right?
Panama.
It's the tactful way
Yes.
of explaining. You've got
Yes.
the Caribbean on
And
the
the
east
Pacific.
side and the Pacific on the west side,
Yes.
east to west. Yeah,
Yes.
that's right. I think that it's a good way of looking at it. I actually had some clients years ago. I'm mixing up with San Juan, San Jose.
Yes.
I had some British clients come over from Manchester, and 3 days before they were arriving, they had booked all their flights. It was a family of 4 into San Jose, California. They're asking me,
I had that.
SJC? That's one.
SJC.
Yeah.
That's got to suck.
You need
Fortunately, they
SJO.
didn't arrive. Yeah, SJO. I remember that was ridiculous.
And then Santo Domingo or San Juan.
Is that still
Yeah.
common?
Yeah, people say
I
it's
guess,
San,
yeah.
San Juan rather than San Jose.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the island thing is definitely frustrating, and I guess when you get large networks as well, putting it on there, say Costa Rica, the island, and it pisses off quite a lot of like locals, Ticos as well, right?
Yes.
Like, a lot of friends,
Yeah.
they think it's
I
fun.
mean, they're pretty prideful, but it's
Yeah.
a country that's small, so they kind of have to get over it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I feel like they don't get too frustrated, but they're a little bit like,
Yeah.
We're used to it.
Yeah. It's Pablo, guys, our production guy. He's used to it. I guess after so long, right? It doesn't matter whether
It's part of it.
it's part of the thing. Okay, so tell me some stories. Ridiculous stories, most
Mine
bizarre.
are, it's just the normal questions. Working with more fishermen, I get the questions about, fishing season, things like that, nightlife.
Yeah.
But, one of my favorites, which it's kind of, is people see this Meet the Sloth show.
Oh
Animal
yeah.
Planet.
The sloth up in there. That's
Yeah,
the States, right? You've
Have you seen that
I
show?
haven't. I
Where
know
it's
it.
the sloth sanctuary over on the Caribbean
Oh,
coast.
it is.
And so they sit there and they, it's on Animal Planet.
Yeah.
And it promotes Costa Rica, which is great. But the amount of people that want to hold a baby sloth.
Yeah.
And so,
Tell me about that.
Well, my personal recommendation is if you actually see a sloth like in its natural environment, they're kind of nasty. You know, they're cute in their face and what have you, but they have this fungus that grows on them. Like it's literally, it's like a mole.
Justin. Yeah.
And it looks like they have a symbiotic relationship with this bug that looks like a cockroach.
Okay.
And it runs all through its hair. And basically that's what cleans their, and so my response is like, you don't want to hold a baby sloth.
Right.
And also, have you seen their claws? They look like
They're like
polar bear
Yeah.
talons. You know, I just can imagine they hold themselves up all day
just
long.
holding on to you with its sweet face.
So,
Slightly
it's always cute on TV, but that's one of my favorite questions is want to hold a baby sloth.
And I think that's actually like prohibited and outlawed, right, in Costa Rica now.
I think it's right on.
And that's definitely one of those things, like you say, that where it gets advertised, so therefore everybody thinks it looks nice when you actually get here. And there was that video on Instagram or social media doing the rounds a while ago, 1 million views with the sloth crossing the road, and somebody just picks it up and puts it over. I guess it's quite nice, it's cute, but don't want to get too close.
Yeah, it's just
Costa Rica has a good reason for it, though. It's because they don't want to interrupt the wildlife in the country.
Yeah.
That's why you visit here is the whole conservation. The same thing. It's not a destination where you come and you ride dolphins and stuff.
Yeah.
You know, go to Mexico. Costa Rica is where you get to see. Sorry, don't go to Mexico. Just go to Costa Rica. Or SeaWorld or whatever.
Yeah.
But it's a destination where you get to see the animals in their natural environment, and you don't want to disrupt that natural environment.
Yeah. And they're right there on your doorstep. What about questions that you've got over the years that you just can't believe? That you're just like, okay, I've got to answer this seriously. I think you had one from a guy from Colorado recently.
Oh.
That was pretty funny. For him, it might be totally normal.
I mean, I was thinking maybe there's something medical behind it, that he was relying on it.
Yeah.
The gentleman asked if marijuana was legal in Costa Rica. And
What'd you say?
I didn't have an answer for him right away. I was
You
like,
were just like,
I'm not really sure.
Yeah.
And he goes,
Smell it a
well,
lot.
if it's
Is it
not
legal?
legal, if it's not legal, I'm not interested. And I was like, but let me find out for you.
Just in case.
So I actually called Justin and asked
I'm
Justin.
There you go. And what did you say? So actually swinging it back.
Well, I kind of assumed, I don't believe it's legal here. It's not really
It's
enforced.
like a loophole.
Yeah, it's kind of, it's a
Gray
tropical
area.
destination, but I don't believe it is legal.
Yeah,
And so it's
I
not.
think you can't be arrested for smoking it, but you can for distributing it.
Didn't-
That's my understanding.
Didn't this guy want to be in the
So
restaurant
don't
and just hang
puff
out?
and pass.
I don't know.
Is that distribution?
Is that the official terminology?
I don't know, but maybe he had something medical that he relied on it, and he
Did you
needed
ask?
to bring it. No, I should
Yeah,
have.
that's
He was
good.
very,
That's
he
easy to
was
do
very stern. He was just like, just
Yeah.
want to know if it's legal. If it's not, I don't want to talk.
Yeah.
The smoking thing for a while was a big deal when Costa Rica passed a law where you can't smoke on properties.
Yeah, public space.
And it's
Oh
like,
yeah,
when in the States, there's so many you don't even think about. There's just so many places you just can't smoke, and it's been.
Yeah.
But for me, it was always surprising too. That was another thing that I always get questions about. Is like, I want to be able to smoke on my balcony.
yeah.
Well, now with the new Costa Rican law, you actually have to be off the property.
Yeah.
It's kind of
Is
crazy.
that common over all hotels now? I guess.
Yeah, most all of them.
No, I think it's all.
Is it
legally,
everyone? Yeah.
It's all hotels.
I mean, some hotels may turn their shoulder or what have you.
Yeah.
But thinking about the weed smoking thing,
Yeah.
it's kind of it's a good question, but
Interesting. Yeah.
What about more like I want to say common questions, but are there questions that annoy you that you have to kind of get through all the time?
Yes.
I'm swimming with dolphins. That is.
People
Wait,
looking
go
to swim with
swimming.
dolphins.
They live in there with sharks.
Yeah.
Sharks are fun too.
Yeah. People aren't looking to swim with sharks.
Nobody says I just
Some
swim
people
with
are.
sharks.
Yeah,
Because
yeah,
I've been
in
in Costa
Australia.
Rica.
But I always say, will there be a dolphin in the ocean with you? Yes, but will you
Like,
be swimming on it?
do travelers ask like it's a guarantee? Sounds
Well,
like
they just say, I want to swim with dolphins.
Okay.
You have to then explain that.
you can't really
You
do
can't
that.
do that here.
Yeah.
I mean,
Technically.
maybe there's one around them, but
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Okay.
But
Yeah, I can imagine you the same thing again and again that comes up.
Mine
Yeah.
is I want to come down. I want to experience the rainforest and the jungle. I don't want to come down when it's not raining.
Classic.
And so
I want to see the rainforest.
it's always that's my best
Yes,
description is
yeah.
There's no weatherman in his right mind that will predict the weather in this country.
Yeah.
So like weather apps, and they start getting paranoid. But,
Oh, can you play
no,
weather apps?
no, weather apps.
but if there's no rain,
no.
there's no rainforest. Just want to clarify that.
Yes.
No, my favorite is when a client looks up the weather app on their iPhone and they're like, it's showing rain, thunderstorms every day.
Yeah.
And at that moment, at 4 p.m., it's showing a thunderstorm in San Jose on my weather app, and outside it's sunny and beautiful.
Okay, and this is consistent, right?
Yes.
Right?
Year.
It's the one thing, obviously being British.
There's no way you can predict the weather.
You cannot predict it.
No.
And you see these kind of the clouds coming in. I find it always says sunny, cloudy, rain, and lightning. All at the
just
same
go
time.
with 85% chance of rain.
Yeah.
Then it's just safe.
Yeah.
Whilst having sun cream because it's bloody hot outside.
Yes.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. My favorite was when the volcano erupted. It showed like ash or something.
Did it actually show on the app?
It showed like.
That was a weather condition.
Yeah.
Ash.
Yeah.
That was the Turrialba volcano from a few years ago.
No, it was Poas.
That was Poas.
Mm-hmm.
But that's quite funny. So that's the only time it got it right, when there was actually a volcano.
That's true, yeah. My mom actually sent me a message. She goes, Mom, it looks like there's a sandstorm in Costa Rica. Based on the image.
So how do you answer that question? Because people are always going to ask. Well, obviously, what do they ask when it comes to the rainforest? Is it going to be raining?
That's kind of how I combat it is, and even when we have our technical rainy season, right now it's rainy season, and in Jaco, I feel like it's February.
Yeah, it's been
it's been
nice.
amazing.
Yeah.
This is one of those constant conundrums. Conundrums. People always think that it's going to be really terrible. August, September, October, our green season.
Yeah.
But it's afternoon showers. Very rarely do we get socked in.
And the last couple of years, at least here in San Jose, you guys live in slightly different areas, but you don't actually see that much rain, and it's kind of sporadic. Even in the afternoons, it may be like an hour, but then it's like a couple of weeks at a time, then it stops. Yeah. Like the last couple of weeks here, it's been lovely. And I think, does that change a lot in the different parts of the country? Jaco, Central Pacific Coast?
I mean, for us, like I said, right now, the weather's really strange. I mean, it's been beautiful.
Yeah.
I mean, absolutely beautiful. And so even during the summer months, or I guess it's considered summer, or the dry season months, we'll still get the afternoon showers. And this is a tropical destination. We're 9 degrees off the equator.
Let's be honest, it's pretty refreshing. And that's why you see so much amazing nature.
It's warm when it rains, and it feels it cools down the air temperature a little bit. It's really nice.
And you certainly can't guarantee no rain in the rainforest.
Right? No.
It's like saying the cloud forest, no clouds.
Yeah, it cannot be a rainforest without rain.
I always think the same thing. There's obviously a lot of different types of forest in the country. The dry forest up in Guanacaste, the drier region, generally pretty dry, but again, if you say dry forest, you expect everybody to think that it's going to be dry. You're not going to see any rain.
Yeah.
Same kind of thing.
I say tropical forest because it's a dry tropical forest.
Well, isn't this the truth that the only primary rainforest in the country is Central Pacific and South, the Osa region?
Correct.
So, everybody uses the term jungle and rainforest everywhere, but obviously if you're interested.
That is a big misconception too, because all the all-inclusive hotels in Costa Rica are in the northern region of the country, and there's no rainforest there. So when people say I want an all-inclusive hotel in the rainforest, I have to explain to them that you'll see a forest, but it's not technically a rainforest.
Yeah.
But the truth is, unless you're a botanist, it's hard to tell.
Yeah.
I was surprised. Like an actual rainforest, when I went to Lapa Rios, it's not as jungly as I thought it would be.
Arenal looks more rainforest to me than Lapa Rios.
Correct, but a mature rainforest has all the large trees in it. The lower vegetation can't grow up. So it's a rainforest that's either had some clear cut at some point in time where it gets really dense.
Even
that's what people think is a
rainforest. Different categories.
Exactly.
Right? So that's true. I remember from years ago, one of the misconceptions I got all the time, and it used to frustrate me. It's so annoying to answer, but it's true, and it's one of those common questions that unless you're here, you don't really know. Which is, I want to go and visit the volcano in a day. I want to stay at the beach the whole time. The volcano. Costa Rica has 6 active volcanoes and like 100 more that are hidden. Yeah. How do you answer that question?
You can't.
You just can't, right?
You have to explain the logistics. It's just the reality is, if you look at a map, it looks really close.
Yeah.
But getting around in Costa Rica takes time.
So
if you're at the coastal area,
getting around.
Exactly. It's just, so if you want to experience the Arenal volcano or do the hot springs and that, you need to spend a couple of nights. Plus, it's worth going there.
It's awesome, right?
It's my favorite place in Costa Rica.
Arenal, which is the, for those who don't know, like the iconic volcano in the middle of the country.
Like a pyramid with smoke.
Yeah, beautiful. And you've got all the tours in the region, kind of the adventure capital, right? And then maybe you spend 2 or 3 nights there, and then you go to the beach. Yeah. And
you get to see more of the country. Otherwise, you fly in, hour from the airport, at a beach hotel, and you see nothing. All you see in this little area.
Like when you're traveling, it's not a boring interstate drive either.
I
mean, you're actually going into the tour of the countryside
for the first time. That's pretty awesome.
And driving through, especially driving into Arenal, whichever direction you're coming from, San Jose or Liberia, they're equal distance from Arenal. beautiful both directions.
Yeah. And how much would it suck, really, honestly, for anybody, a couple or a family, trying to go from the beach, doing a day trip? Because I know many hotels sell this as a day tour.
3.5, 4 hours.
Just to get there.
And Jaco people offer that. It's 3.5 hours each way.
That's a lot.
And then you get there and there's a cloud over the volcano and you're like, oh.
Right. Okay.
I think I just drove me to San Jose.
And then, it is there. It is there.
Yeah.
I
Like
promise
4
you, right
hours.
behind that cloud
Yeah.
is a volcano.
Yeah.
I wonder if there's like a percentage of time that you can see the volcano, like the Denali mountain in Alaska. You can only see it like less than 30% of the time.
Is that true?
So yes.
Always wanted to go there.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Nice.
I went and we did not see even like.
When I was there, I got to see it.
You did?
It was
Did you buy it? I'm part of the 30% club.
Is you have a t-shirt?
I was like, oh, what is that?
If I saw it, I would have bought
for the Arenal volcano, especially if you're traveling in the
that's a good
off-season
shirt
when it's
idea.
actually raining. I saw Arenal, but we should be honest. You can see it. Like you stay.
The mornings are the
2 or 3
times.
nights.
Once the day starts heating up and what have you, the cloud, it just naturally.
Yeah, if you actually get up
collects
early, like Costa Ricans, they love to get up early. Beautiful scenery.
Oh, your natural alarm clock makes you get up early.
Yeah.
So,
Sun is
that's
up.
the other.
Yeah.
That's when clients call and they're like, oh, my kids like to sleep in usually till 9 or 10.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, sun comes up here at 5:30,
And it
the
sets
birds
up.
are not going to let you sleep.
Yeah.
Years ago, I used to live in Monteverde in the cloud forest, and one of the loudest birds in the world lived there,
Really?
the bellbird, and you can hear it from like 3 miles away. And Pablo will atone to this. I'm not getting up in the morning. I'm not a morning person.
Really, Baker?
This bloody bird is going off at like 5:30. I was like miles away, and you can't shut it out.
Can't
So,
do it.
It's like that
How
show
long
with
is-
what's his name?
Yeah.
Where he's trying to get out of the house. His parents are paying the girl to date him to get out of the house, and there's that mockingbird that's haunting her.
No, it's
I just watched it the other day.
Oh
I
yeah.
can't remember what it is.
Old movie?
No, it's got Owen Wilson in it,
Okay.
and he won't move out of his parents' house.
Uh-huh.
And a mockingbird. That's always what I think of whenever people are here and the birds are just chirping in the morning.
getting up.
Or the iguanas on the roof. Like, what's the deal with
I
that? It
guess
sounds
it
like
could be
somebody's
relaxing.
crawling on your roof.
Oh, the iguanas with their scraping
Yeah.
claws.
Well, what about monkeys in the walls?
Oh, yeah.
Monkeys in the walls.
I did
We
know
should
that.
clarify this for people because you're
No.
going to get questions. Well, what do you mean monkeys in the walls?
Justin?
I had guests staying at Tulamar resorts, and at like 1 o'clock in the morning, they're multi-repeats.
Yeah.
Sent me a WhatsApp, and they're like, we have problems. And it literally sounds like a fight going on inside the wall, and the white-faced Carpathians managed to get inside their villa.
For monkeys.
The monkeys inside their villa in between the drywall walls. And they were taking these videos. They thought it was the greatest thing ever.
That
At 1 o'clock in the
I would
morning, they
love to see
literally
that.
had to go and break open the walls.
Yeah.
The people had to break open the walls to get the monkeys out of the villa. So yeah, that wakes you up. 1
Okay,
o'clock
this
in the
is
morning.
that's not common. We should
No,
say.
no.
But I mean, in Mount Antonio, you get a ton of monkeys, which
Monkeys,
is
yeah.
awesome. Like, have you had like moments with clients or guests traveling here where they have those? I remember clients who don't want any insects. Like I can't stay in that hotel.
Oh, yes.
If there's any insects in the room,
My favorite is I don't want to see bugs, and if I see a cockroach, I'm just going to lose it. And I'm like, okay, problem is.
yeah.
Here's the
we
number for
live-
TET.
Yeah.
Our travel experience
Client
team
services
will help you out.
is there to
We
help.
will help, but sometimes it's not.
We are living in the home of cockroaches because cockroaches are from the rainforest.
Mhm.
So that's where they live. It's
Yeah.
not as if it's dirty. It's not New York City and you're seeing cockroaches. It's the
Yeah,
rainforest.
yeah.
And that's where they live. So it's really hard to avoid bugs
And
in
it's
the
not
rainforest.
obviously it's
But
not
they're
something you
not,
guarantee, right?
yeah, no, but they're not
Yeah.
flying in your face. They're like, you might see one bug in your room.
Yeah. Let's be honest, the hotels.
So is that just one? You don't guarantee just one bug?
Just one
At
bug
max.
per hour per day.
That's if you have your light on or off.
In a small text.
Yeah. Define
Just
it.
like
It
depends
defines
on
it.
the number of lights
Yeah.
on.
Yeah.
How many doors you keep open?
Yeah, no, I mean, it's one of those things that you can't guarantee, and of course you're aware, you're coming to the tropics,
Yeah.
right? I've never heard of monkeys in the wall, that's a new one,
Yeah,
that's pretty
that was
awesome.
just pretty awesome.
Yeah.
A lot of bats, but I think most of the properties, the hotels and the resorts that we work with around the country, they're pretty good. They're pretty safe.
Yeah.
You know, they close up
Super.
well. I can't remember. Yeah, have you guys had any issues yourself on many of the trips when you're inspecting the hotels? You're staying around wildlife.
We had a skunk
Oh yeah.
under our
Where the JW Marriott?
no at
I have a really good one.
Oh yeah.
Harmony in
Uh-huh.
the Koya Peninsula.
What happened with that?
Well, It was hanging out under a room at night.
That's got to
And it
be,
didn't
that's gotta be rough.
spray. It didn't spray. It just
They
was
just naturally stink.
skunks
The
that naturally
general lord.
Yeah, so they actually, you know, because they're like little bungalows, and they have like a few feet between the ground and the bungalow floor.
That's nice.
So they went under there.
I was eating at the sushi restaurant at JW Marriott, literally sitting there up on the main part of the hotel, just having dinner, and all of a sudden I'm like, is that a cat? No, here comes this skunk just walking through the restaurant, and the people are like, this is totally normal.
Yeah.
I'm like, they're like, no, he just wanders through. I'm
They're
like,
cute. They're little here.
Yeah.
They're not big skunks like in the US.
yeah, they just wander through, just hang out.
Yeah.
And you're like, this is pretty pungent, but just hanging out. I'm like, you don't want to shoo it.
No,
Like,
no, you're encouraging. You're just on your way.
yeah, just oh my God, can I pet it?
Yeah.
But this brings up a good story. We're talking to the people there.
Yeah.
There was a person there that had a seeing eye dog,
Okay.
and the seeing eye dog grabbed a hold of that skunk, or one of those skunks. This is a real story.
Okay.
That's Mark's wife.
Oh no.
Oh,
Yeah, that's
she
right.
worked
She
there,
works
And
there.
grabbed that skunk, and when that dog grabbed that skunk,
It sprayed.
Of course it did. And then everybody's just like,
and dogs don't just grab it like this.
yeah, he's just like,
Yeah.
They grab it.
So you're literally encouraging it to go further.
So
Yeah, no, I have experienced those. You know, when you're traveling a lot and you go to a restaurant or hotel and you obviously see a lot of tourists and guests for the first time.
Yes.
And then they see the iguanas for the first time.
Yeah.
And you're there, the kids love it. Or you've got the birds in Tamarindo in the north that steal all the sugar.
Yes.
And then, you just kind of get used to it. All
Yeah.
the employees of the different hotels, they just
You
think,
don't notice it.
that's birds
Yeah.
again. Yeah, that's pretty common. I remember. And the
monkeys stealing your stuff. Everybody thinks it's cute until
Right.
they realize it's their keys.
Yeah.
The
They're
Mount Antonio,
radioactive.
right? The national park. Monkeys, raccoons, literally opening your bag,
Bags.
stealing things, posing. What about if I was to ask you, finally leading on to the main FAQs that are really important? What do people ask that? I think a good one was when is the rainy season? So we've established that. Kind of August, September, October, November, rains in the afternoon.
Not really. I mean, it's
just
that's
so hit
when
or
we
miss.
travel.
Yeah.
Well, all
Yeah.
of us travel.
Yeah,
because
exactly.
it's
And there's certain
slower.
parts of the country that you go to.
Yeah.
You're not going to send somebody to Osa in October.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just
Yeah, that makes sense. Well, one of the things we were going to do is actually we were going to get some client questions, and I've got a few here. And one of the really exciting things is to look at our Facebook page and just get some of the comments. While you guys are here, can't quite see their name. Hi, are you a casino in Jaco in Costa Rica? Is there a casino in Jaco in Costa Rica? I'm looking for a casino. I get the feeling this guy really wants a casino.
I don't know.
So the answer is yes. There's a couple of casinos, but you got the Crocs, which is the newest one. That's the largest casino.
It's a big resort, right?
Yeah, exactly. It's now all inclusive. Kind of weird to have an all inclusive in Jaco, especially with all the great restaurants. But the casino is pretty nice, so that's definitely where you should
You
go.
can still do bed and breakfast there, no? Bed.
I don't know. I don't know. Maybe they do.
I think it's both.
Casinos are not that common, right? For resorts here, there's a few here in San Jose, but some of the bigger resorts, for
Costa
vacation.
Rica is more about the smaller boutique experience and family friendly.
Yeah.
And it offers a bit more authentic and kind of unique.
Yeah, the traveler timing here is
rather than
not
big
your
resorts.
typical
Yeah.
casino travel.
Yeah. No, I think that's a fair point. We've got a couple of people saying they had great time, spent their 50th birthday here. That was all very, very nice. Down here, Costa Rica. Packing for a vacation. Yeah, they were asking what are the key things to pack.
See,
you mentioned the pants, obviously the sun cream, the bathing suit. What about your top tips? Like something that you cannot miss.
I actually kind of get a little annoyed at that question. I'm not gonna lie. Because it's whatever you're comfortable in.
Yeah.
Whatever you would typically
just
pack
know
for a
that your
travel
average
vacation.
temperatures are between. If you go to Monteverde, it's going to dip down in the high 50s, low 60s at night, maybe.
Yeah.
But if you're doing a typical Arenal beach destination, you're going to get
75.
lows in the mid 70s, highs in the high 80s, low 90s. So pretty much anything there. Nothing formal needed.
Is it fair to say that the climate is similar to that of Florida?
Yeah.
How dissimilar is that?
It is, but it doesn't have as much of a transition. Like Florida does
it
get
doesn't
cold.
get winter.
Yeah.
Okay.
No,
Right.
That's another one. What temperature will it be when I go? Like it'll be summer. It's gonna be really hot.
Should ask
It's gonna
them
be
to check
winter.
the
It's gonna be
weather
really cold. Oh, that's it.
That brings up more questions.
Right, exactly.
No, but it's cool because Costa Rica has pretty much the same temperatures year round. So
No, we're 9
it only
degrees off the equator.
fluctuates-
Yeah,
it only
yeah, that's
fluctuates
true.
slightly per per day.
I personally love living in San Jose. It's really nice and temperate, so it's
To me, this is cold.
It's another Who would you say off the top of your head Costa Rica is really suited for? Because
I truly believe everybody.
Right.
It's just part of our job, or at least what I feel whenever I talk to people, is setting the expectations correct.
Yeah.
If you're a person that likes the all-inclusive, it's here, but you just need to know what you're getting into versus other destinations where it's more popular, that style of hotel.
Yeah.
But if you want to be off the beaten path and never see another person, you can do that as well.
Yeah.
But it just depends on what people are looking for.
Yeah.
But whether it's adventure, city, nightlife, party, jungle, rainforest, Costa Rica does have something for everyone. I always tell people that.
I remember when I was selling as well, that a lot of families would ask me, what's a good age for kids? What would you say?
Yeah.
Molly, you're a recent mum and obviously you both worked with families for years here planning vacations.
Because
that's not going to help.
I think it depends on the kid because there are 5 years is kind of good age because that's the age that they can start to do almost everything.
Right.
And they'll remember.
But they can zip line, they can hike a little bit, like they have more stamina.
Yeah.
They can do, when I was 5 years old.
But I mean, just
rappelling. Rafting is the one thing that's more restrictive, but you can do the tubing.
Yeah.
And so, 5 is like a magic number.
Tours, right? And like you say, even the zip lining, you go with a guide, you can go with different people.
Yeah.
I imagine if I came over here to the tropics years ago, it would have been amazing. Seeing all these things when you're that young.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
My nieces, they love nature. And you arrive here, so many clients arrive, they go, I can't believe how green it is.
Well, just Costa Ricans themselves with kids, amazing.
Yeah.
Like the culture itself, some parents will be worried about like, oh, my kids are gonna, they're little terrorists, they're gonna run around and torment. But Costa Rican people in general are a family. They're a family culture, and so everybody from the housekeeping to the waiters, everybody I feel like they do really well with kids, and kids interact with that. So it's kind of it's good for everybody.
Yeah. We're gonna do a whole episode on culture. I'm gonna get some of my friends and experts here from Costa Rica and talk to them about exactly that. It should be quite fun. Well, guys, to wrap up, we're going to do this last little segment. These are quick fire questions. I'm going to say it right down the middle. I both want to hear you answer. Okay. We're going to start. No, we're competition, but
Yeah, we should have a little button.
We got a little button. These let's just jump into it. So, rainforest or beach?
Beach.
Rainforest.
Straight down the middle, you see. Volcano, city.
Volcano.
Oh, okay. I want to know which city. Guys, your dream vacation. You work in paradise. We live here and work in Costa Rica. If you weren't going to Costa Rica, where would you go?
Amazon.
Because I live here.
Down in the south?
Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
Just experience it.
Okay. Bigger rainforest?
Even more rainforest, more primitive. Just something different.
Okay.
See, I'm the opposite because I get so much of that here. I want something that's very different, like the Middle East or Europe or.
Totally different culture.
Totally different culture and
scenery.
I'm similar. I prefer the cold weather, and it takes an eternity to get home back in the UK. Yeah. Best Costa Rica tour?
Lost Canyon, rappelling.
Lost Canyon, rappelling down waterfalls. Pretty awesome.
I'm going to say sport fishing.
Sport fishing, of course. You are a fisherman.
It's an activity. It's whale watching. It's dolphins. It's birds. It's the scenery from the shore. Turtles.
And you get to drink a lot. Okay, let's be honest. ATVs. We love ATVs.
You love ATVs?
I love ATVs. Just I like the drink. Best hotel, resort, property in the country. Where do you like to go on a weekend getaway?
I really like Arenal and
Arenal volcano.
Tabacón or Niagara.
Old school, classy hot springs.
Yeah.
Niagara's lovely.
Yeah, Niagara for couples, Tabacón for families.
Nice.
My favorite property is Tulamon.
Tulamon?
To get away, Okay. To get away, I like places kind of like Villa Blanca, off the grid, something different. Not more undiscovered.
Yeah. Okay. Quiet, relaxed, and
it's just to get away. Exactly.
That makes sense. Yeah. Things you wish you knew before you arrived to Costa Rica that you now know.
Don't slam the taxi door. Don't slam doors.
Don't slam doors.
It's when my friends.
Don't get out.
Sorry, friends. When my friends come to visit me from the States and they get in my car and they slam the door so hard every time, I'm like. But it's something I used to do.
But people get really annoyed by it as well.
Yes.
Here.
People taxis because they're taking care of their car and they think when you slam it that like it's hurting the car.
Yeah.
Which who knows if it is business, but
car.
but
Sensitive
car has
cars.
feelings.
So slamming doors, don't do that.
Don't slam.
Don't slam doors.
So what would I wish I'd have known prior to coming down?
It's not that quick fire, right? So
I gotta think. I mean,
I actually thought Costa Rica when I first moved here was going to be like people were gonna wear like stuff from what is it, REI, like the outdoor, like really outdoorsy and like.
You stereotyping people.
I was moving to San Jose, which is a city, but I thought
that actually is one of the things I wish
I
not show up in Costa Rica thinking it's going to be just like the States.
Yeah.
I came down here, I didn't know what to expect, but then whenever I'm sitting there waiting in line, it takes forever. Just learning that this is a different place.
Yeah.
I wish I'd have learned to have had more patience, exactly, which is still tough.
That was something I worked on a lot. And actually, to your point as well, I remember when I came over for the first time, and you get like a lot of different inoculations, and in Britain we're very serious about that stuff, and that's good. Be serious and take all that seriously. But it was a bit over the top. I'm like, it's lovely, sanitized, really nice, beautiful areas. If you go to the Caribbean, you're kind of off the beaten path a little bit. The rest of the country, clean, lovely. Finally, what's the coolest thing about living here? What do you love most? Why
being so close to the beach, the rainforest, the cloud forest, all within like between 45 minutes to 3 hours from home.
It's a small country. You got so much geography around.
So very cool.
Yeah, for me, it's more so like the fact that I truly live in paradise. You can't really complain about what we do or where we live because nobody really wants to hear it.
The weather. Every day there is at least sun for part of the day. Every single day.
Exactly.
Every single day of the year.
Paradise. Well, guys, thanks for coming in. That was awesome. It was a great chat.
Yes.
You'll have your links below. So if you want to check you out, you want to help plan a vacation, fishing, Costa Rica, sure we'll be in touch.
Guys, I'm better.
And don't ask about the island.
No island.
You can ask him.
There's an island you can go to.
Thanks, guys. Awesome. Guys, that was a lot of fun. I hope you found the information helpful. Please do subscribe to follow along for a new episode every Wednesday. And if you have any questions, please do let us know and we'll do our best to answer them in the coming episodes. Until next time, hasta la próxima.